Y'all want to see what I sold in prison when it came time to hustle that I made a lot of money off of? Let's get into it. And as a matter of fact, I bet you can't guess what it is. In prison, something as frivolous and small as a pen can be extremely valuable. And while I was on the inside, while everybody else was trying to get certain things smuggled in, I simply used to ask the COs just to bring me a few pens every day that they were on shift. I'm not glorifying and I'm not saying that this was a good thing to do. I'm just telling you at the time when I was in there, I needed a hustle. And to be honest, I didn't want to take risks that would potentially lead me to staying in prison even longer and possibly catch street charges. A pen was contraband at worst, and none of the COs would have got in trouble for bringing them in. But how was a pen valuable as a hustle in prison? Let me explain. First, they didn't sell pens. They sold safety pens, which were half the size rubber. And in order to make them sturdy enough to actually write, you would have to wrap cardboard around them or paper over and over again with tape, if you can get your hands on that, in order to make it an actual sturdy pen. So some people would actually purchase pens just to draw, write letters with, convenience. And in prison, anything that's not normally on commissary is considered exclusive. And people sometimes would buy pens, believe it or not, just like other frivolous things in there, just to floss, walk around with them and show people they had it. But the more valuable aspect of this pen was for the tattoo artists. Let me explain. When it comes to tattoo artists in prison, this spring that's at the end of this pen that can be taken out can then have fire applied to it, and it can be stretched out and sharpened or filed to the point where it can be used as a tattoo needle. Yes, this was a lucrative hustle. And as a matter of fact, most of the time I would sell my pens for $10 or more. So imagine within the course of a month, just selling one or two pens every day. I didn't do it every day, but I can tell you, I ate well off pens and the springs that were inside. Moral of the story is I'm not glorifying anything, and I'm not trying to highlight any of the negative things that I did in prison, but I'm just trying to educate people, man. On the inside, what's frivolous out here is very valuable in there. And not for nothing, there's many ways that you can hustle in order to survive and eat in there. And oftentimes you have to, because the food's not edible. And man, most times, well, you know how it is on the inside. Nonetheless, it's about survival when you're there. But hopefully you're staying on the outside. But even more so, you're staying free. Peace.